Good morning, and how are you? I have some interesting news. I had my suspicion that Ariana Grande was not all there. This is not conspiracy sites, etc. This is actually the main news. After the Manchester bombing, which I'm sure is global, Ariana Grande said that she was pro-Islam, and I couldn't understand that. Can you imagine if your family got attacked by, let's say, aliens, and you then turn to the press and says you are pro-aliens? You need to see a shrink or psychiatrist or something. But Ariana Grande said that she was pro-Islam. Is this what the white race has reduced to? That a Muslim could attack you and you turn around and says, well, to hell with white people? It gets worse than this. Ariana Grande actually said she wished all her fans would, quote, fucking die. Now that in itself is sympathizing with terrorism. Whether the government chooses to charge her or not is another thing, another matter. But what I find quite strange is that Ariana Grande could be a terrorist sympathizer and get away with it. No white liberal media, not even Republicans nor conservatives, dare challenge why would a white female, during the most insensitive of occasion, then turn around and say she was pro-Islam. Can you imagine during Lee Rigsby when he got his head cut from a black savage Muslim in London? The whole of England was anti-black. The whole of England wants to kill black people. I had to stay in my home. My dear mother was saying, oh, please, you know, it's dangerous. You know, not where I live, but 15 miles from there is a very, I mentioned it, Shrewsbury. Shrewsbury is a very racist area. And in fact, I remember going there. I had to leave in less than 2 minutes. I had to leave. If looks can kill. Oh my, it was so bad. I had to leave. I had to do an exodus. And that was because of one black savage cutting the throat of one white soldier, ex-white soldier. Because of one incident, all the whites wanted to kill me. And yet, Ariana Grande, in front of the media, with her dirty washing, her dirty underwear, had no shame, no pride. She put out her dirty laundry, her saggy panties, and she said she was pro-Islam. Can you imagine if I had said I was pro-Islam when that black guy cut the throat? Can you imagine what would happen to me if I said I was pro-Islam? What game is going on? What game is going on in the West? Because something don't make sense. You can say during terrorism, you can say I'm pro-Islam and not get done for terrorism. But you expose Western foreign policy, you're a terrorist. You expose the West for killing 1 million babies in Iraq, you're a terrorist. You expose the Western government for what they're doing in Palestine, you're a terrorist. Yet, when the Muslims let go of bombs, you can say you're pro-Islam. I'll leave that to you to meditate on. We got all day. you know something does not add up in this political complicated matrix. There's some game going on, some game. What this tells you, I will show you the clip. It's not a very long clip. For some reason, the guy said in InfoWars that this is only what they could manage to. I've seen it before. Let me give an example. I sidetracked slightly. Elton John was caught at the airport with child pornography, right, which was online, which they said it was art. And I remember seeing that picture. It was not art. It was child pornography. It was not art. It was vile. But you know what the media did? They moved that picture. So you can decide for yourself. They moved the evidence from line. And have you noticed something? Just like the government paedophile ring, it's gone hush hush. Same as Elton John. He's part of the system, part of the monarchy. They moved it hush hush. Shh. Just like the ritual killing, Buckingham Palace, years ago, Boxing Day, do you remember with the Queen? And the hush hush, a young girl was murdered. Buckingham Palace, and there's no investigation. They know people are cheap. Our memories are so bad. We're so busy tiptoeing around the LGBT. We're so worried, so scared. I mean, I said the wrong word, that our memories start becoming screwed up. When you live your life in fear, you can't think clearly. You better put some books in your goddamn home and make sure you keep your brain alive. Anyway, they moved the evidence. Moved the evidence. Why? Because I don't know. Because I know people are cheap. What would Ariana Grande's fan think? That she said, I hope they all die. I hope, look, you patriots, I hope you're watching this. Your white woman says she hopes you die in Muslim bombing. She hopes you get killed. She hopes you soaked in bloodbath. These are not my words. This is Ariana Grande saying she hopes you all die. This is serious. The Muslim have done an Indian rope trick on your brain. You know, you see these Muslims, these Arabs with the snake basket, play some lovely, nice tunes, and you get hypnotized. That's what they've done to the West. Look, is the oil that bad? Is the oil that sweet? You love the oil so much, you get confused. I like to know what the fans of Ariana Grande going to do. You're going to convert to Muslim now? You get confused? Somebody's playing games. Somebody's playing games. You could be called a terrorist for lesser charge. And yet, she was blatantly sympathizing with the bombing in Manchester. I remember reading it, that mainstream, not conspiracy, mainstream, Ariana Grande. And I couldn't believe it. I had to think about that, but what? You know, some things, just, you're such a shock. Your mind is so shocked, you don't digest it. And Ariana Grande said she was pro-Islam. Now, my friend and I, we're on the same wavelength, you know, we're on the same journey, on the same consciousness. Usually I would mention this, but I was in so much shock, I didn't mention it at all. That Ariana Grande said she was pro-Islam straight after the bombing. The smoke was still there. The blood was still leaking out of people's bodies. The bodies wasn't even buried yet. She never even gave them a good show. Yet she said she was pro-Islam. What an insult to the victims. What an insult. She went back with her bodyguards, her limousine, back to her hotels after charging them for a crap concert. I'm in shock. It's horrible. Really, really horrible. To quickly finish off, this is a woman, a multi-millionaire. She has benefited from the American dream, and yet Milo exposed her of being anti-American. You only see, I mean, yes, those of us who are enlightened, you know, we obviously know the truth regarding illegal wars, etc. Ariana Grande, she did it from a perspective of being pro-Islam. So she was anti-American purely because she was glorifying Islam. I will send all these links to you so you can read them yourself. She became rich because of American fans, the same people she shit on. What I find very interesting is that if I was doing a concert and this had happened, I would not have jumped in my limousine with my bodyguards. I would have stayed behind. She did no such thing. All of a sudden, when all the media was attacking her for being selfish, let me come back, and look at this, like Lady Diana, and look at the scene of the crime. Really, she's worrying. She's worried that her popularity will decline. But she don't have to worry. People are cheap. They'll continue to worship her. Do you remember Justin Bieber when he pissed on his audience, pissed on them, and the young girls still sucked his willy? People are sick. People are sick. Treat them like shit. Treat them mean. Keep them keen. These celebrities, they think they're God Almighty. They do whatever they want, and we'll continue loving them and worshiping them. Same as pastors. Same psychology. Anyway, I'll give you the quick link. For some reason, there's only a short clip, but you will see the information. The rest of the news go on to something else, but it was a very short clip, and I'll also send you in my box other links as well. Okay.
But she did say she hopes her fans die, and that's the whole point. Is this is her attitude towards her own fans. This is the self-centeredness of these people worth hundreds of millions of dollars and have bodyguards and big fences and gates around their moated castles.
That's bad.
Woo! Oh shit, Scott.
That's my brother. That's my brother. That's him right there. That's my brother. He's a cutie patootie. Oh.
Europe has been hit with. This eyewitness says she spotted a woman acting suspiciously and told security, but they did nothing.
It looked very suspicious. She was fidgeting all the time with a bag on the floor across her. She was by herself.
What was she doing?
She was looking in the direction of where the explosion actually happened all night and smirking to herself.
The suspicious individual was hard to understand, suggesting English wasn't her first language. The woman who reported the incident was then lectured for making the suspicious individual feel uncomfortable.
How would you like it if someone accused you of this? We'll look into it. And nothing was done about it. 1 to 2 minutes before the concert finished, this lady disappeared. And then, of course, the explosion went off.
Is she suggesting that security did nothing because the suspicious individual was Muslim, and to ask her to leave would have been politically incorrect? We'll never know. What we do know